Hello everyone and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. This week we have a few different things to talk about, not really one focused topic. We're going to be actually going over the World First video because it's actually out this week. Unfortunately, it wasn't out last week when we actually had Layla on the show to talk about it. But I'll be sure to give a few shout outs on that note. Also, we're going to be catching up with a little bit more on our feasting adventures, considering the official season should be starting sometime in the next 2 weeks, as well as talk a little bit about the live letter that's going to be happening this Saturday, March 26th. Yes, there will be a live translation, but we'll get into those details during the show. And if Sly has something he wants to converse with me about, we'll talk about that as well. But anyway, I'm one of your hosts, Michael, Mr. Happy Poveromo, and joining me, of course, is Sly, aka Slythefox, aka Slyakagreyfox, aka Slyberg, aka you, my boy, Blue. How you doing today, dude?
I'm doing well. Wow, Slyberg.
I saw it in the chat enough that I just threw it in.
Yeah.
You
don't know about my Slyberg adventures, do you? Well, I think you do. You do. You've seen it before.
I know enough.
Yeah, you know enough.
I definitely.
But I am doing well. How are you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm in San Diego now. You can see my new office, looking quite dapper.
Right.
Yeah. I'm in the lounge right now because I figured I don't need all that space out there. The lounge has some more. It's more colorful. Outside there's it's too bright.
Like that seems like an extremely fat ass thing to do. Like just to work in the lounge just because all the snacks are there.
No, there's no snacks. We have no fridge in this lounge.
Oh, that's
still have to go into the other room.
Lounge.
This is the kind of lounge where it's like, okay, you get your food in the other room, but you don't want to have the kitchen in the lounge. Because then
that's where it usually is.
No. You don't want the kitchen.
All the snacks is or the vending machine.
You don't want the kitchen in the lounge because then the lounge gets dirty because people just they're just reckless because the kitchen's right there. No fucks are given.
No, so no vending machines, no anything.
No. They're right next door. They're literally right outside of the lounge, like just over. But right in the lounge, man, I'm not an animal. I pick a very respectable establishment to put my office
Does
in.
the lounge at least have a TV?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, actually it does.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it does.
March Madness.
Yeah. So Sly, you were actually almost the one to host the show this week.
Almost.
Yeah, because I just moved to San Diego today.
Yeah.
It's the new office, right?
Oh, Whale's Vagina.
Yeah, Whale's Vagina. Wonderful place, by the way. Even just like the moving process was pretty good. We'll probably talk about that more in post show. But damn, it was pretty smooth. It was pretty smooth. Everything's set up. Just have to put a few more things away, clean things up a little bit, and our house will be good to go. And then I just got to figure out how I'm going to configure the office.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats on the move.
Thank you. We'll be back in Los Angeles in 2 days.
Of course.
and
you get to San Diego, I'm going back to Los Angeles.
Yeah, and then next week there's Final Fantasy XV Uncovered, so we have to go to Hollywood for that. So.
Yeah. Say hi to Greg for me. If you can.
I will. I will absolutely say hi for you.
Please.
Okay. Well, we're actually going to get started by completely AFKing for 14 minutes straight. Our favorite thing to do here on State of the Realm, whenever we can possibly afford to do so. So last week we had Layla on, and he was discussing the progression race and just this raid tier as a whole. Mm-hmm. That being said, 2 days later, the World Third came through, and the World Third group put their video out. So Elysium, okay, World Third video is out, we'll put our video out. And so the World First video for a 8 Savage became available, and a lot of people finally got to see all the things that Layla and I could not talk about last week. Have you seen it yet, Sly?
I've seen it.
You have seen it. Good.
I have seen it.
Well, we're going to see it again.
Yay!
I figure might as well do everyone a favor. Thank you, what's it called? Thank you, Elysium, for releasing the video. They have a bunch of different POVs for those of you out there in the...
Thank you, Mew.
Well, Mew's got the Black Mage POV here.
Yeah.
Renchan has the Machinist POV. Vox has the Dark Knight POV. What's it called? Slyh has a White Mage POV. And then I think and then Layla has a POV, I think, somewhere. There's another POV. I think there's 4 or 5 POVs total.
But we're watching Muse.
We're going to be watching Muse POV. He's playing the Black Mage, which is pretty interesting because they did a few very specific things that were Black Mage focused. And on top of that, big thing that some of you may or may not know, Layla actually did about a 90-minute discussion on A8 Savage on his channel.
I haven't watched that yet, but I saw the link to it. I might go watch it.
You should probably watch it. It gives great insight into their thought process on doing raids, how they came up with certain things, and the process through which they went into certain mechanics. So it's a great listen. It's a great thing for you to study, especially if you're someone who's going to be going into A8 for the first time fairly soon. But I think first what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the video on the screen right here with the Elysium brand in the bottom left. You can see. If you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a link to this in the description. And if you haven't seen it already, well, then you should probably watch it by watching us right now or going and watching their video. Be sure to go give it a like and, be sure to subscribe to the Elysium Final Fantasy XIV YouTube channel. But on that note, Sly and I are going to shut the fuck up, and we are going to watch some great brute justice. And good thing is, Layla told us last week that they actually, whenever they're going for a kill, they turn the music on.
Yes.
So we get.
So you can see that. You can hear that awesome music.
So you get to hear the awesome music in this video. That's why I like Muse also, because I think some of the other ones include TeamSpeak, and this one's just all action.
So we don't get to hear. I don't feel my feet.
I can't even feel my feet.
Oh, man.
Nope. But we are going to get to watch it. So what do you say? It's 14 minutes and 20 seconds for the video. So what do you say we, you and I shut the hell up and we let everyone enjoy the show?
Enjoy it.
バンズ。ビューニーバンズ。
I'm not even sure at this point. No. No. There's just a lot going on. especially that final burn phase. Yeah, that's just Spinnerooney's phase. Like, I feel like I should have a Booker T drop. Can you dig it, sucker? No. That's Spinnerooney. That's totally Booker T.
I forgot to turn my microphone back on, as always. Gotta love it. It's okay. They got to hear you talking.
Yeah.
And besides, I was too busy. There's a chair over here in my office, and it doesn't match the color of the rest of them.
Days without incident, 0.
Days without incident, 0. Can I do the thing where Edward Norton's eyes go green then?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna pretend it's happening.
Yeah. Hap Hulk.
There we go. Okay. So what'd you think, Sly?
Again, a lot going on.
That's not what you think. That's what you saw. What do you think?
No. I'm not ready. No.
She wasn't ready.
No.
No, I actually had that clip loaded up, and I closed it. True story. I had that and the room.
The one thing I love at the end is like they look so tired after that fight, and that kind of sums up the raid itself, the raid group itself. You like, especially going after World First. Yeah, you would be tired.
Oh yeah, you can only imagine. The thing is, I was following K-pop's progression, so I'd seen that entire fight well before that video came out, and I was just like, please, I want to talk about it. I just want to talk about it.
Well, they have the 90-minute long video. Like,
yeah, Layla's 90-minute video where if you if you want to know everything there is to know about that fight, Layla hits it hard. He hits it real hard. He has I think he has a break somewhere in the middle. But it's solid video. Definitely include that in the YouTube link for State of the Realm. So, Sly, how much rating have you done so far?
I did a little bit of A5 last week. We're going back in tonight. Hopefully we'll get through A5. I think through this week. People said A5 is the easiest one. It's really easy. That's what everybody's saying.
It is the first one after all. I guess after A2 though, who the hell knows, right?
Yeah.
The good news is that generally DPS aren't on guerrilla duty, so you're good to be you.
Woo!
For once, Sly, you don't have
no Walker, no nothing.
You'll still have to be a bird. You still have to be a bird, though.
I mean, yeah, but that's everybody, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you could just be a dragoon and die, and then no one will think any differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you could do that. Would still doing the mechanics
that
correctly.
Vitality, Materia.
Hey. There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, that's not going to save you.
No, it's not.
So you're looking forward to A8 at any point?
Eventually, yeah. It's a fun fight, but god damn. Like, I don't think you saw me, but I was just like, I had my coach face on because I was just watching tape. That's all I was doing, just watching tape. And I'm gonna go back and probably watch it again so many times and watch Layla's video. So
between second and final coil.
Really?
It got beaten in the time between second and final coil. Man, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie, but experience doesn't lie either. But
hits don't lie, and neither do numbers, man.
Ugh.
Your experience of second and you have experience of second and final coil. You'd be the judge.
I'd have to get through it to say. I really have to get through it to say.
You really don't have to go through it to say whether or not that's between second and final coil right there.
Okay, what do you think?
It's not.
Exactly.
It's not. The gear progression, the amount of gear you need to get through it is between second and final coil, definitely. But the individual responsibility and efforts from the player, there's a lot of things that would instantly kill you.
For a while, it looked like Miyu was kind of semi-tanking. Miyu took a lot of punishment.
Well, he took the super jumps because it meant that he didn't have to move. Like
not only the super jumps, but I was watching his HP the entire time.
Oh yeah. For those early kills, they have vitality melds. I went ahead and did the math over on Ariala. If you're in mostly 230, 240 stuff, you may do 1 or 2 vit melds, but by the time you're in full 240, you don't need vit melds for that. It's just that if you want to, I don't know if they technically needed vit melds to pass it no matter what, but it's definitely more comfortable. Like, you don't want to take a chance that something that does anywhere between 15 and 17,000 damage, you don't want to rely on it not doing 17,000 top end damage. It was cool. I'm glad everyone finally got to see that fight.
It's cool. It's cool.
I mean, I've seen that fight so much, dude. Like, you don't understand, like, hours upon hours every day of seeing that fight and knowing most of it off the top of my head. And then it finally hit, and I was like, thank God I can talk about it now. Thank God.
Now, in terms of your raid, where are you at right now? Since you didn't do World...
I've been in like 5 or 6 lockouts of A6 with 2 different groups. A5's easy, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a melee DP. Like, I couldn't have asked for an easier fight in A5. A6 isn't too much different. I'm on the last one, the Vortexer, and we were only in there with the second group for like 1 lockout, so everyone had to get adjusted to everyone's strategies there. But quite a few of the people in that static have already been into A8, and they've beaten 6 and 7. It's just with myself and 2 others apping. We just got to do a little bit of reprogression, and we'll probably be in 7 and 8. I don't know when. Hopefully within a week or 2. I don't know, because schedule's a little packed this next week.
So safe to say you're looking forward to it. Hi.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the thing is, I probably know A8 better than I know A5, A6 and 7. I know A5
because
like
you've been watching so much of it.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I watched a lot of A5 till it got killed, and then I didn't have a lot of time to watch 6, and I had a lot of time to watch 7. I actually know 7 pretty thoroughly, but it's been a while. I've just been watching weeks of 8 at this point. So, I'm looking forward to getting in there. I'm more confident in how well I'll do in 8 than I am in 7. just because of how much I've seen. Because that's always the thing. A lot of things that people don't realize with first week progression is if you kill 2 or 3 bosses in the first week, and then you like kill the first boss on the first day, and then you spend like the next day or 2 on the second boss, then you spend another 3 days on the third boss. By the time you get back to the first boss, you're like, okay, what do I do? Time to wipe on the first boss for like 30 minutes before I remember how to do this fight. It's a lot of fun. So I mean, that's not going to be the case. Luckily, 5. I got committed to memory. If they can keep raid tiers up being this cool, and just give us another boss, like 5 bosses for once, maybe. Square Enix, please. I don't take another dungeon. I don't care. No one does expert roulette anymore. Everyone just feasts. So shut up and just another boss. Come on now.
Well,
just don't.
That's a good segue. That
is a good segue. That's why I did. If you were making music for dungeons, just scrap the dungeons, put the music in the orchestrion, and then we're good to go. Yeah. All right. That's it. I'll be happy with that. All right. Yeah. So you said it's a good segue. So then maybe you want to talk about. Maybe you want to start talking about this next topic because this topic speaks. This topic speaks to you. Sly. This topic speaks to you.
So we've had the feast for a little bit of time.
A little bit of time.
A little bit of time. Hap, ever since our last conversation about it, what has been your experience? How have you been doing?
It doesn't change much. There's less light party queues and faster solo queues. Probably because most of the people that did light party have stomped all of the people who were trying light party out for the first time out of existence. And when I say stomped out of existence, I mean like there are groups that go in there because right now it's not matching you based on rating because there's not enough teams doing light party, and there's not enough teams doing light party because everyone thinks there's going to be no rewards for it, and they still haven't. They said it's still on the fence. They said we don't know. We're going to see if win trading is a thing in light party queue before we decide if there's going to be a thing. Change the battery pack. I don't want to change the battery pack. It just flashed on the screen for me to change the battery pack. I think I know why. I think the power is plugged into the wrong thing. So I may get up. I may put the camera on you and let you get salty a little bit while I go fix that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the solo queues are way faster, way more consistent. And
consistent how? Please say how.
I get into games at a consistent rate.
Okay.
I have insta queue as a healer, and even as a DPS, it's like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, for me, it's roughly about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, 10 at the most, during like non-peak hours, when it kind of dies down. But yeah, mostly 5 minutes average for solo.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Primal. Ether's obviously a little bit more
Populated,
just because of the amount of people. So Primal 5 minutes is pretty good. That's good because that means that after 2 weeks, people are still doing it. Now, the only thing that's a little annoying is I now refuse to feast on Tuesdays.
Why?
Because people AFK for lore on Tuesdays.
I haven't noticed that.
In light parties, it's very prevalent.
Okay, so it's more along the light party side, not the solo side.
In light party, very often will you run into a team of people that have no interest in winning, and they will give up 45 wins in a row just to get... It literally takes an hour or maybe like 80 minutes to cap lore that way.
Now, one other added benefit to the feast that, I kind of, came to the idea, you'll get the Fenrir pup. As long as you keep feasting, you'll get a Fenrir pup.
Oh, yeah.
That's just more money. That's just more gil for you. Like, if you already have a Fenrir pup and you just put the rest on the market, that's, well, on Behemoth, it's at least 2.2 mil.
Oh, yeah. It's still pretty expensive even on Ether. I still haven't gotten a second one even after hundreds of matches. My first one I got on the 12th match.
I've gotten 3 thus far. 1 I kept. The second I sold. The third, the second I sold. No, wait, I got 4. Second I sold. Third I gave to someone. Fourth I sold. I've gotten 4 Fenrir pups. That's a
nice. Nice. That means that means nobody's donating money to the United Negro Dragoon Fund then.
Exactly.
There we go.
Well.
I mean, it's cheaper than the zoom out. The zoom out's easy theoretically, but people have had some really shitty drop rates on that zoom out.
Yeah.
That Sector 24,
we just unlocked it, I think.
Yeah, Sector 24. I mean, it takes a while. There's quite a few hours involved, but yeah, I don't know.
Now you went over your light party experience. What has your solo experience been like?
I mean, my solo experience is pretty consistent. A lot of the times I end up on not bad teams, but what ends up happening is it's solo queue and people think, oh, we're just going to run past, let's chase him down, kill him. And then you lose in the last 30 seconds. That's what I've noticed. It's usually a tank getting a 9 stack, which you shouldn't be doing anymore. You should not be letting your tank 9 stack. Do not do it. I think now the preferred strategy, whether it's solo queue or light party, is generally tank gets the first stack, melee DPS gets the second, range healer gets the third, and range gets the fourth. If you did it correctly and you killed all 4 of the enemy teammates once, that's game. Yeah, if you didn't, then you don't give. Then you start stacking on the tank early. If you know you're going to kill the same person over and over again, just don't let your tank pick up every single coin anymore because it hurts. I've seen paladins go from 14k to 0
some paladins will say, "Fuck it, just give me all the stacks." But here's the thing. They forget to go into the defense stance for
sticking the sword oath, not a good idea.
Yeah. And what else? Deliverance instead of defiance.
Yeah,
have 9 stacks. Really? You said you were ready for this shit.
Don't get 9 stacks unless it's the last 30 seconds and you're sure you're gonna live. That's pretty much
Here comes the salt. I'm just letting you know right now.
Oh, here it comes. Okay, you salt everyone up while I fix my camera.
Okay. Now, you can still hear me, right, Mike?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So when you get in, you have about 50 seconds before match start? 50 or a minute?
1 minute.
1 minute. The most important 60 seconds of the match is that minute.
Right.
You have the opportunity to go over a plan. You have the opportunity to say anything you want. Let's do this. No? Okay, let's make another plan. We got 30 seconds still. If you don't say anything, you have no fucking right to get fucking salty at the end. You shouldn't say a goddamn thing. I don't want to see any words coming from you when we lose. No, you have no right to get angry, get pissed. You don't have any right to say you suck. No, motherfucker, you suck because you didn't say anything. You were Helen Keller. The first 60 seconds. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and this, and this. What do you think? Hello? And I had to type hello. No? Great plan, guys. Great plan. And then we lose. And then you say something. Shut the fuck up. Don't say a word. I can take anything. I can take a Roger. I can take a yay, nay, kiss my ass, call me on Christmas. Your glamour fucking sucks. I hate it. Anything. Anything. I can take anything at the beginning. Just say something. Please, dear God, say something. Please.
Say it, Sly.
Use your words. Use your goddamn words. It could be a letter. It could be a letter. Y. N. RGR. Anything.
See you in church.
See you at church. See you at church.
That's gonna be its own clip on YouTube. That's for damn certain. How Sly truly feels about the feast. No, it's pretty I actually have a macro at the start of every match.
But people don't listen to macros,
Okay,
and that's
but the thing
problem.
is, if I do that, I feel like I've done my part. And if we lose, it's like, okay, they didn't listen. That's the end of it. It's like, okay. And here's the thing: most of the time, people see it's me on their team, and they just go, "All right, well, fuck." Pretty much at the end of it all.
Like a lot of people I've run into, I'm like, "What's the plan?" I'm like, dude, I've given up calling shit out because people don't listen anyway. I'm like, dude, I understand. I'll call it out. And he, like, that one person who says that is the only one who will listen. Everybody else.
I always love. I've run into some really good, like really assertive people in solo queue in the last week. People who will, they have macros for pullback. They have macros for adrenaline spawn. They have macros for offense defense kit. They have macros for. They have macros for target is now no longer stunnable for 30 seconds.
That's a good one. That's actually a good one.
Yeah. I've met a few paladins that after they've shield bashed someone 3 times, they have a macro that goes off that says this person's on stun diminishing returns.
Like I've seen a few tanks that had like I've done 3 globals, go ham. Like I've seen that macro. I like that macro. I love that one.
Yeah, and I've seen a few tanks that also after they full swing, they mark the target and it like spams your chat hardcore to kill that person. Because full swing in solo queue is probably the single most underutilized PvP skill.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's literally 20% increased damage taken for, I don't remember the duration when it's buffed, but for a long fucking time, you should kill someone in a full swing if you CC correctly.
Right.
It's pretty fucking impressive to see what's up. And that's the thing. A lot of tanks are carrying themselves out of the lower elos because they know that if it's on them to CC the healer, to make sure that people are locked down, that there's a full swing on a target, that they got some sort of burst combo, that they pick up the right amount of coins, they know how to use their defensives. So a lot of tanks are the ones pulling themselves out of the... Tanks and healers are generally the ones pulling themselves out of lower rank, although I have run into a few golden
praying that people
dragoons.
watch this and hear that. Yeah. I'm praying a lot of tanks are watching this and listening to that. Now, just to kind of like dilute the salt.
Okay.
Because I need to dilute the salt.
Dilute it for me.
I need alcohol to help that. But any good feast stories? Any good free win feast stories? Because I definitely have one.
I mean, I've run into a few. So mostly light party. So we had a group that we beat in about 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I literally stood behind, like the Black Mage was trying to hard cast fire 3s. I walked up, trick attack, dream within a dream, mug, he was dead. Like it was literally, I didn't even use any abilities on the global cooldown. I killed him in 3 off global cooldowns. And and then they just stopped trying. For the remainder of the next 30 seconds, it was just all 4 of them died. We ran into them 5 games in a row after that, and they just danced in the middle of the arena, and I was getting mad. And I was like, I was like, listen, if any one of you were watching my stream right now, fucking try, all right? Don't be a bitch. At least try, because you're never going to get any better. And then finally, one of them ran down and started fighting us, but the other 3 didn't. So,
how would you feel if you ever got a conjurer in your group?
I would laugh because I've seen Lancers, but I've not seen.
You've seen Lancers?
I've seen Lancers, and I've won with Lancers on my team. Listen, when the enemy healer dies in 2-3 GCDs,
mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you're a Lancer or Dragoon; they're dead.
Yeah, there was the one time this weekend I just had to be sure. I was like, I saw it on the other team. That can't be right. That can't be right.
That's not right.
That's not right. And my eyes just lit up. I'm like, okay, if we lose this fucking match, I will give up feast permanently. I will not feast anymore.
No, I guarantee you that Conjure could have whooped your ass if he like really wanted to.
No. No. God, no.
He was just trying to find the like I remember in Frontlines in Slaughter, I know a few bards that went Archer and would like when someone would go after them, they would swift cast Stone Skin themselves. And then, and then they would mercy stroke you to execute you because you don't have mercy stroke as a bard, but you have it as an archer. Mm-hmm. So they had their shit on Fleet. But that doesn't work in personal PvP. That worked in front lines. That doesn't work as well in the feast. But it's pretty fucking funny.
Now, like there's a set of words, even when somebody speaks and says something, there's a set of words that kind of scare me every time I get in. And
it's my first time. It's like a Girls Gone Wild video after South Park.
I have to type really, and some of them are like just kidding, and then some of them are actually serious and like, okay, do you have your PvP skills? Yay. For the most part, it's been yay.
That's good.
There's been one situation where, wait, what? I'm like,
uh-oh.
Just pack it in. Like, it's just, I don't even want to try. I'm going to try a little bit, but I don't even want to try at that point. And you want to know the number one culprit of that shit?
What?
Guess. Take a guess. Out of the four, who's the number one culprit of it's my first time?
The healer.
Yep.
It's always the healer.
It's always the
I went into healer. I went into Feast the first time as a healer. I won 3 of the 4 games that I did, though, thankfully. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think I might have won. No, I think one of them I lost. But a lot of the time it came down to, man, this is scary. This is really scary. But it was pretty invigorating at the same time. It was a lot of fun, actually. I had a blast healing the feast. I'm leveling Paladin right now, so I have a tank job that I'm ready to feast on.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to it. I think all the roles bring a little bit of something. Ninja, I really want to know because Ninja and Dark Knight are supposedly getting buffed at the end of the month.
Thank God, because they are like paper.
Well, ninjas so there's only a few things.
I've met a few good ninjas, but for the most part, they get bitch really quick.
One of the biggest mistakes is, and something I learned pretty early on, you can't stay in stealth. Like, don't stay in stealth until you get the hit while your team 3v4s. Please don't. Right. If you gotta, just leave sprint and just sneak attack with Suiton. Just please. Here's what I think they're gonna do to Ninja.
Okay.
I think they're gonna make you move faster while you're stealthed. I think that's the first thing. Because you move at walking speed right now. Right. You only stealth once, maybe twice a match. And it sucks. Like, I want you to think about this. When they showed the trailer for Rogue back in 2.4, the first thing they showed was them stealthing.
Yeah.
For a class quest. You almost never stealth after that class quest. Ever again. So I would like to see stealth a little bit more useful. Also, I think they might make trick attacks effect. Not the damage, but the effect omnidirectional. Like, they have heavy thrust is omnidirectional, monk attacks are all, like, the effects themselves, like, I get my heavy thrust buff now. I get disembowel and chaos thrust without being on the rear. Like, that used to be a Dragoon problem back in PvE.
Wait, don't ninjas have the one PvP move where you can ignore directionals?
No. They have no PvP skill whatsoever that does that.
Oh, wow.
Here's the problem with ninja and PvP. You want to know the real issue?
Okay.
I'm going to look at these monk PvP skills right here. All right, let's examine this shit real quick.
All right.
Axe Kick. Grease Lightning, all 3 stacks, and a 6-second AoE Pacify.
Mm-hmm.
We have Somersault Kick, which slows attack speed.
Right.
We have fucking Fetter Ward, which makes them immune to stuns, heavies, binds, whatever.
Love it.
12 seconds.
Love it.
Okay, great fucking abilities right there. Now let's look at my ninja abilities real quick. Okay, we have a Gap Closer that stuns.
Mm-hmm.
A 3-second AoE silence, which is fantastic. We have fucking detect and Malm sight. I can mark people on my map in exchange for not being able to attack someone for fucking 12 seconds. Fantastic. Fantastic PvP skills we have right here for fucking... I can detect the only one job in the game that's invisible. I can knock them out of stealth because they're only going to use it once per match probably. And then I can mark people, and then I can mark people on my fucking map. Fantastic PvP skills right here. No, I don't need a 12-second immunity to stuns and heavies. Come on. I got a gap closer. That can't be used while I'm bound. It's great. I think they're starting to see why they shouldn't have designed ninjas specifically for front lines when they released it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say Ninja can still beat some ass in PvP.
Oh, I've seen it.
You gotta try a little. You gotta try a little harder though.
Yeah.
Oh man, fuck monk PvP skills though. Really, that shit.
Boy.
Listen, there's nothing quite like a monk tornado kicking you, and you're like, yay, they don't have 3 stacks of greased lightning, and then they axe kick, yay, they have 3 stacks of greased lightning again, and I'm pacified for 6 seconds, and it's an AOE. It's great. It's great.
Safe to say, we both have a lot of salt towards PvP.
I just think that Ninja's PvP skills are ass. So are Dark Knight's. Dark Knight's PvP skills are pretty ass. Dark Knight in PvP is pretty ass.
So, any closing thoughts on the feast? I know the season's coming up really soon, or is there anything you're looking...
When do you think the season starts? I think it starts March 31st. That's the last Thursday of the month.
I actually was going to say that day.
Okay, March 31st. Because the website itself says late March. And if it's not this Thursday, it's next Thursday.
Only because of the coinciding, other Square Enix things going on.
Well, they have quite a few other things going on, especially one of the things we're going to talk about here in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm happy with the feast. They seem to be taking it seriously.
And any rewards you're hoping to get?
Well, I'm getting closer to the mount. Pretty close to the mount.
Nice.
I also want all the titles. I want the DPS title. I think it's the Unrelenting. Mm-hmm. That one's going to be good. And, it's a good way to cap lore every week. That's my preferred way of capping lore every week now. So,
yes. So, lore, Gil, if you do get Fenrir pups, put them on the board if you have one.
Yeah, and I'm PvP rank 41.5 or something right now, so I'm working towards 50. I really should have gotten 50 before the season started. I don't think I'm going to manage that, though. Because the last 10 ranks take a pretty long time. If you spam feast all day, it won't take that long, but respectively, it takes a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of that, so the next thing we want to talk about is this Saturday. For those who didn't know, there is a live letter this Saturday, March 26th. Yes, Marco will be translating it, and it will not be on my channel, it'll be on his channel. The only reason we ever did it on my channel is because he didn't have internet good enough to do it on his channel. So I would just host it so he didn't have to worry about the bandwidth, but he's able to do it now, like he did for the last one. So now we can have them on his. I'll still be there, and I'll still be typing the actual doc. It's just that he's going to be doing his usual thing there. So we will have a translation. But I'm not expecting a lot out of this live letter. This looks like it's mostly fluff. They want to talk about 3.2 and, like, the feast and whatnot.
Of course.
And they're probably going to shout out Elysium on their world first. They've done it. They've done it every time someone's gotten world first. He's either shouted it out in a video or he shouted it out on like the written letters from the producer on the forums. So it looks like they're mostly just going to be going over what they did in 3.2, what's been a success, and what they've patterns. I think they're going to be doing that a lot more often, where they give us insight into design decisions a lot more, so people understand, like, if they understand that they've made a mistake.
Now, will there still be a Q&A?
Yeah, there was a place to ask questions, but again, it was about 3.2. There wasn't anything about 3.3 listed there. That's not to say they won't do anything. Maybe they'll have a section for it. But I'm sure if they do, it'll just be something very light. Like I don't think we're gonna get a rundown of 3.3 or anything like that.
And that's fine. That's fine. So if you
want to sleep in that day, don't feel bad.
If you had any questions, what would they be?
I would just mostly ask. I don't know. There's not too much. I want to ask a little bit about what their design decision was behind these two dungeons being pretty easy in comparison to a lot of the other ones. Like, it was very mechanically heavy patch, but the dungeons were probably the least mechanical we've seen in a very long time, especially after St. Lucian's Arboretum. And then I'd probably ask if there's any sort of things that they're looking to fix up or update or change. Like, a lot of people are saying Chocobo Racing is getting an update when the season starts, because there's apparently new like abilities and stuff for Chocobos.
But no new tracks though.
Well, I don't know if anyone's looked that deep yet, but there might be some slight changes to Chocobo Racing. Like, if there's any sort of features in like the Gold Saucer they feel like haven't been a success, and what they're planning on doing to even, what are they even thinking with Lords of Verminion at this point? Like, that's another thing I want to ask. Like, what's next in the Diadem? What's next in Lords of Verminion? Because those are both features that got, well, they got some attention in 3.2, but not a whole lot, because they were kind of the ugly ducklings of fucking 3.1.
If anything, I'd ask about Beast Tribes.
Why?
Yeah. This would be more along. Well, I'll include myself in this, since
I'd hope so.
Since I was fucking lazy and didn't do them.
Lazy motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. But this
fix my Boars Wars, you assholes. Stop making Boars Wars, and quenching the flame should not still be 1 hour fates. Please. Move on.
I would ask about the Beast Tribe allowances, the daily Beast Tribe allowances, because we have a lot of new players. I'll throw myself in the mix since I was lazy, but we have 7 Beast Tribes, and we're only allowed 12 Beast Tribe quests per day.
Okay.
You have to kind of cherry pick and choose which ones you want to do, and it would be more. I think it would be more beneficial if we had more allowances for the Beast Tribes. Just saying. Like, one, if your Beast Tribes are leveled, you can get more materia per day. 2, you don't get that stagnant. Like, my sylphs are here, and then my kobolds are here. You don't get that, because you can kind of level them. You can kind of get your reputation up equally, So, yeah, that's just my only concern. I know this doesn't mean shit to you, because you probably have all your Beast Tribes.
Man, I love the Vath Beast Tribe quest, Sly. I love the Vath Beast Tribe quest so much.
Have you gotten them out?
I haven't even done a single quest.
Are you fucking serious?
Why the fuck would I do the Vath for a mount when I could go get fucking 12 pieces of materia every day? Why the fuck would I do that?
Why would they make you choose?
Because I can't have everything, Sly. I can't have my cake and eat it too. I can't eat the whole cake, Sly. I don't want to be greedy.
You should be able to do every single one. That's just more content you can do every day.
It's also more content I would probably not do every day, because it would feel very chorish.
Doesn't it already?
No, because I get materia out of that shit. I don't care less about no mounts. I am not going to do Beast Tribe dailies for EXP. I'm not going to do them for Poetics. I'm not going to do them for Tonestones. I'm doing them for some fucking materia. That's what I'm doing them for.
So do you ever think they'll throw on materia to the 3.0 Beast Tribes?
Yeah, and like 4.0. When we get grade 6 materia, that's when. Whenever that'll be, I don't know. But, yeah, whenever we get grade 6 materia, that's when. If that answers your question. Yeah, I'm not bothering. I gotta make my dollar, yo. I gotta make my dollar.
Yeah. So those are the questions we probably would ask. I think I'll go like on.
Yeah, I'm not trying to ask any super crazy questions, because it's not like it's an in-depth topic into the future.
Right. But they'll be talking about 3.2, and they're going to have the UI designer on Hiroshi Minagawa.
Yeah, Hiroshi Minagawa.
Yeah. Now, normally when you get a guest like this,
when you get
a lot of people don't pay attention to it. The only guest I pay attention to really is Koji. And I'm hoping that.
Yeah, I go full resident sleeper.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I don't know. A lot of the times I actually very much want to hear what they have to say. I think every guest I've wanted to hear what they have to say, but if I can't deal with the language barrier, and then just the idle chit chat in between.
The banter, yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, the banter's fine. If I understood it natively, I would probably be okay with it. If I knew Japanese, and this is the part where I was like, then go learn Japanese. Yeah, how about you go fucking learn Japanese, all right? You go learn a new language, then come back.
But the UI lead is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, UI lead's a lot different because a lot of the shit that we have in the game, like, there's a lot of fucking UI in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, every patch, there's like a shit ton of new UI, whether it's a new AoE indicator that nobody likes, or then replacing the AoE indicator that nobody liked with one that I actually like. Between that and, like, sticking all these duties under the duty finder and all that stuff, like, there's a lot of UI in this game.
As a PS4 player, I really don't have any issues with my UI. I really don't.
Oh, I have no issues. I'm more curious about what UI they're working on, like the UI for the Eggy Glamour system.
So that's a question you would ask?
Well, they said that was one of the things that was holding them back. Hey, UI guy, where's our add-ons? Talk about that this Saturday.
I was about to ask you.
Where are our add-ons?
Because, you know, people are going to ask about add-ons. Besides add-ons, what else would you ask for?
My add-ons. I don't care about anything. Where's my because here's the thing, they mostly wanted to do add-ons that allowed you to change the UI, not things that were like DPS meters. They really wanted to make things that make your UI more customizable. So where's my fucking add-on?
More salt? More salt?
Where's my fucking add-on? It's just that it's been one of those things. It's like the vaporware within Final Fantasy XIV. Like, it's shit that they've been saying for years and we've never seen. So, where are my add-ons? I don't even, like I said, I don't even want DPS meters. I just want add-ons to exist so people can stop.
Himself, I want a fucking DPS meter. Fuck you.
You know, actually, I heard there's a website that even if you play on PS4, it tracks your DPS.
Well,
there's a website.
It's pretty. They said it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I remember Little was talking about it.
Like, are you talking about for the Stone Sky Sea?
Yeah,
website.
It specifically tracks your DPS in Stone Sky Sea, even if you're a PS4 player.
But it's just you. Okay, all you do is put in your number, how much time left. Boom, there's your DPS. And I want to see it in real time, though.
I mean, the thing is, it's basically just giving you basic math, but it's better than nothing at all. Obviously, you want to know it in real time, but what matters at the end is how much you did at the end, by the time everything was done.
Right.
So, where are my add-ons? That's all. Hey, you could ask the UI guy if DPS meters could ever be a thing, too. I mean, even if we are talking about, even if they were to give us the ones they have, he is someone who I'd imagine would be working on that. I think this is going to be a better guest. I have a feeling this guest has a little bit more to say. They're, of course, going to do the things. What do you do?
Would you stay up for it?
I'm going to be up for it anyway. So,
okay. So you actually stay up for the UI?
I mean, it's going to hit the halfway point, and I'm going to want to stay for the end when they do, like, any, like, oh, they were releasing this product, or, the next live letters at this time. I want to know those things. So I'm going to stay up anyway. It's just a matter of how much I pay attention. And I think there will be a few things here that are worth paying attention to. So, yeah, I think this is going to be one of the guests that, despite the language barriers, a little bit easier to stay vested in. I'm hoping, at the very least, because there's a lot of really important questions this guy could answer. A lot of really important ones. Like, when the music guy comes on, it's like, all right, cool. I want to know more about the music of the game. When Koji comes on, great, lore. When this guy comes on, though, it's, what are you working on? Because we see your work.
AKA, where are my add-ons?
AKA, where are my fucking add-ons? That's the new name of the show, by the way.
Yeah.
But, one thing I'm actually predicting we'll also see in the announcement section is a new crossover event.
Ooh.
So, I don't know if any of you have heard of this game. It's called Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah, that game.
Sega put it out in Japan years ago, and it's never come to the West.
It's not that popular,
it can't be because it's still in only Japan, because just come on now. So, they're doing a crossover with Final Fantasy XIV. And it's insane the amount. So from what I've seen on like Reddit comments and whatnot, apparently when PSO2 does these kind of crossovers very often. It's them sort of advertising a game within their game by like adding content that involves it. In this case, there's like, I think you can get a Makote outfit. They actually remade Earth's Fount with PSO2 mechanics, like the entire Odin fight. With
I've
PSO2
seen
mechanics.
this video, and like when I watched it, I was just sitting here, like
You'd think it was like if you didn't know that was PSO2, you'd think that was like some like rip-off Asian game that like just tried to steal something like right out. And it's like, no, they did a really damn good job with this. It's pretty fucking legit. And then I think they're getting relic weapons as glamour or something like that. They're getting a lot of
are they
stuff.
getting Odin weapons? Like
I don't know. I'd imagine Odin drops something though.
Yeah.
I think people have data mined it. In fact, why don't we show that Odin video?
Yes.
It's only about 2 minutes long. Somebody posted it on Reddit, so I figured we could pull it up for the show right here. So let me just take a second and set this up. It might show as a black screen. Sometimes when you change the video on the back end, it just it just doesn't work properly. If it does, then I'll just fix it. Whatever. I mean, people are it's black screen. I had a feeling it was going to do black screen. It's not a big deal. All right, there we go. All right, let's check this out real quick.
All right.
All right, this time I'll remember to unmute my mic. Yeah, so that was
And everybody's dead.
and they wiped.
Yeah,
Of
they
course.
wiped. Of course they wiped. They didn't make the DPS check.
Yeah, they need to go do some Stone Sky Sea for Earth's Fount.
Yeah.
That's what they need, or whatever they call it in Fantasy Star, Stone Star Sea, whatever that.
And speaking of that, how much do you know about Phantasy Star Online 2?
Not enough. I played. So the only experience I have with either Phantasy Star Online game is Phantasy Star Online 1. I had a demo for it, and I played that for like 6 hours, even though it was just one boss. That's my only experience with it. And it was a lot of fun though, and I remember the Dreamcast was one of those systems I never got. It was like I had all the Nintendo consoles. I had the
I
N64.
had a
GameCube,
Dreamcast, but I
yeah.
did not get the I didn't get the cord because like internet was shit back in the day. So why was I even gonna bother? But I had a Dreamcast. Was interested, but never got it.
Yeah. So that's where I stood, but I've seen a bunch of videos of it. Like there's a giant one of the ones, and I'm glad that somebody shared it on the Reddit thread, is a giant train dragon. It's like a train rolls in and then it turns into a dragon. So it's a train dragon. It's one of the coolest. It's one of the funniest bosses I've ever seen in a game.
So you haven't seen any Phantasy Star Online 2 gameplay? None?
No, I have. I've seen it. I don't follow it. Like, I'm not going to tell you the names of all the bosses. I don't know any of the names of the abilities or the combos or anything like that. Like, I know it exists and I've seen it.
So now that they had their crossover, we can expect the Phantasy Star Online crossover. It's a safe assumption that we would get one.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We're not going to get anything like that.
No, probably nothing like that. We would probably get, like, some kind of darker boss. Not like... I don't even think it would be a trial. Because that essentially is a trial within Phantasy Star. We wouldn't get a trial. From the gameplay I've seen, I would like to see a base defense. Because we don't have anything like that in 14. I've watched a lot of videos of base defense on Final Phantasy Star Online 2, and it looks fun. It would be a fun thing to do in 14. I don't know how the devs would make it work, but yeah, something like their base defense is something akin to a horde mode, basically.
Okay.
And it just gets tougher and tougher every wave. And until the final wave, and where they throw everything at you, and I'm like, that shit.
Well, it's funny you mention that, because we do know that in patch 3.3 we are getting a new mode that is specifically designed for parties of the size 1 to 4. It is a new type of gameplay content. They said they forewent developing a new zone for the Diadem or for exploratory voyages in favor of developing this new mode. Now, the last time they mentioned 1 to 4 player mode, do you remember the game Evolve?
Yes.
Yoshi P said he wanted to make a mode that was Evolve in Final Fantasy XIV.
So one person would be the monster, or the...
Right, one person would play as a boss, and they would have to... Their end goal would be to defeat all 4 of the enemies. And on top of that, we have other people who've been coming in with ideas like a horde mode. They've been discussing the idea of extreme dungeons lately. That has been a thing they said they're toying around with the idea of adding. There's a lot of things that 1 to 4 person. It could be something that is part of the Phantasy Star Online 2 crossover, because it looks like Phantasy Star Online 2's Odin Fight is a permanent edition. It doesn't look like it's a limited time edition. I don't think Sega's got that kind of budget. I don't think Sega's got that time of budget.
So it's not going to be like our 13 crossover, or Dragon Quest crossover, where it's
we get anything at all, I think it'll be a little bit more in depth. I mean, even Yoshi P showed up at that live event where Sega was showcasing that, and he was talking with them a little bit. It would not be surprised for them to unveil some sort of Phantasy Star Online 2 crossover that's a little bit more involved than some of the ones we've had in the past. And I am also expecting a Final Fantasy 15 crossover to get announced sometime in the next few months, because we are finding out the release date of that next week, which we can talk about a little bit as well. I thought it was really cool seeing Earth's Fount in an action-based MMO.
Right.
Well, some people don't even call PSO2 an MMO, because it's more like a lobby. Like, you just join encounters and stuff like that. Yeah.
And again, we don't know a lot about it. I've actually been watching the anime. I started watching the anime before I
heard it was shit.
Little column A, little column B, 50-50, maybe.
Slyh in American schooling, a 50 is a failing grade. You know that, right?
That's true. That's true.
I don't think in any school 50 is a passing grade. So,
but when I saw the notes and I saw this, I was like, well, I'm watching the anime. I don't know a lot about the game. And I started to go watch gameplay. And the gameplay looks amazing. I love the gameplay of it. This is one of those MMOs. Again, this is Sega we're talking about. I've seen a few people stream it, but I don't know when or if we're going to get an actual North American release.
At this point, I think Sega's past that point. They said they were going 2 years ago, and it's 2016 now.
So you don't think we'll actually get a... I mean, there is an English language version.
Yeah, but it's illegal.
True.
That's like my IT professor back in my game design course is like, listen, guys, you need all these Adobe programs, the school won't provide them, but I know you guys will find out a way.
Yeah.
That was college for me. It's professors basically telling us, yeah, you guys know how. Be sure to talk amongst each other to figure out how you're going to find it, get it, obtain it, acquire it, pretty much. Any other collaboration events you want to see? I'm still surprised we never saw a Yokai Watch
That's true. Yeah.
collaboration, because it seemed like it was likely when they brought on one of those guys from 5th level, I think it was, or level 5, level 5 studios. But it just never came to fruition. I don't even know if Yokai Watch is held to its hype over in Japan. Like, it was hyped like when it came out, and it was pretty exciting for a while. I don't know if it's still holding that hype overseas. I don't know if the fucking thing wearing the bucket is as popular anymore.
I don't hear a lot about Yokai Watch as we heard when the initial hype was when it was released in Japan. So I really haven't heard anything since.
Yeah. There's a Yokai Watch 2. All right. Well, is there Yokai Watch Silver, Gold, Red, Blue, Green, fucking
Leaf
Alpha?
Green, Heart Gold.
I like how they just ran out of colors and now it's just fucking letters. Like, they're done. They're just like, okay, fuck it.
No. Sun Moon.
And now we're talking fucking galaxies and shit. Yeah, that's it.
Milky Way. Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be Sun, Moon, and like supernova, black hole, fucking. What's the thing where all the planets line up? Something.
Equinox, eclipse.
I think it might be an equinox. Yeah, I think it's an equinox. Pokemon eclipse, Pokemon solar eclipse, Pokemon lunar eclipse, Pokemon fucking barbecue sandwich. I don't even know anymore. I'm fucking done. Pokemon praise the sun, Solarit, just Solarit. Oh man, yeah, just colors, mineral. Well, even Ruby and Sapphire could be considered colors. Like, Ruby is sometimes considered a color.
It's a gem.
Yeah, it's a gem, sort of. There we go. Okay. Well, on that point, is there any other things you really want to cover when it comes to the live letter? Are you going to be up early to watch it on Saturday?
Yes, I will. I will be watching.
Remember, Marco Turn, MarkoTurn. That is the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Marco Turn. He's
Did
regular.
you link it? Did you link it?
I didn't link it yet. Here, I got mods. They can do it.
Okay, thank you.
You can do it if you want.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to, Sly. I include that in the YouTube description. That's why I spell it.
There you go.
There you go. You did it. World first.
World first. Woo.
There you go. So I looked at the notes and I see you added some things.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have a conversation?
Yes, gonna have a little conversation with you, Heps. We kind of talked a little bit about it, how this patch Materia is important, and for a lot of people, it's their first time kind of delving into melding. So,
all right,
we'll start with a simple question: When should you meld your gear?
I mean, you should be melding your gear as soon as you fucking get it. Just don't stick grade 5s
Wait,
into everything.
Time. Now, we're talking to everyone.
Oh, everyone, not people who are like,
not
okay.
just people who are. Oh,
don't meld anything till you hit 60. Fuck that.
Okay.
Fuck that. I mean, you can. You're more than welcome to. You're not wrong. You're going to be disappointed because it's not going to last very long.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, don't fucking just meld your gear when you hit 60, and it actually allows you to do it. There you go.
Now, I know I've been getting a lot. I've just gotten my self-analogy to the point where I can get Materia. Yay.
Congratulations.
Woo! I should have done this shit ages ago. But for people who haven't been doing Beast Tribes, where can you get Materia?
Buy it.
Market board?
Yeah, Diadem.
Oh.
Just don't want spirit bonds anymore, so fuck that. Like, if you have something that's spirit bound, go right ahead and convert it, but nobody does that shit. Free company airship. The ones that are like retainer ventures, sometimes those bring back like 20, 30 grade 4 materias. It's fucking amazing. It's so good. If you have a free company airship, send that shit out to find materia. It's so good. Have one airship that you can go grind grade 5 materia, and then have one airship that you send out and have it bring back grade 4 materia. Void Arc, you get a grade 5 materia every week. That's why I'm glad to have 2 characters. Makes me want to level Healer Happy to 60 as well, but fuck that. Not doing it. Not doing it. There's a lot of places to get it. It's just you don't... Like, Spirit Bond parties aren't really a thing anymore. No. I think they want to make it a thing again in the diadem. I think that's part of their, like, let's fix the diadem. I think that's part of the plan. I'm not sure, though. I think they want to... I think in 3.3 we'll probably see some pretty severe changes to the diadem. They said they were doing that in, like, a 4-pronged assault. Like, over 4 patches, they would make it so the diadem was fully encompassing what their original vision was.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully, we can see more of that. I would like the diadem to be fun, for once. In ever.
It's not fun already? No?
You know what I do in the diadem? I grab
fish.
I grab one friend.
Okay.
We go in as 2 people. Mm-hmm. We unlock flying, and we fly around and grab buried coffers. Then, with those buried coffers, we trade in the gear from the buried coffers for spoils to get materia. We spend about 20 minutes doing that. We leave, and we come back when it resets. If you're one of those people that has 2 accounts and you can do this solo, you'll be rolling in grade 5 materia, trust me. Oh, and transmuting materia. Everybody loves transmuting materia. I have great luck transmuting materia. I love trading all these materia and getting Earth 4.
So you wouldn't advise gambling?
No, actually, one thing I do now with the Beast Tribe materials, now that materials are so easily obtainable for grade 4s,
okay.
The only ones that really sell well are mites and aims, pretty much. Savage Might and Savage Aim.
Yeah.
So what I'll usually do is if one doesn't sell very well, I'll just, if I have no choice, if I can't get an aim or a might, I'll take it down to the mutation and gamble it. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a grade 5. But some people literally go to the market board and just buy grade 4 like elemental materia and hope to trade in. Because for every materia you trade in, you can't get that same type of materia back out. So if you trade in like fire, earth, water, wind, lightning, you can't get any of those materia back. You can still get shitty Mind 5 or whatever the hell, but it at least mitigates some of the poor chances.
Now, you touched on something. I noticed this as of last night because materia can be expensive. I noticed the price of materia has gone down.
Yeah, because it's well, not the gathering and crafting materia.
No.
Just the battle materia that you get from either Void Arc or from Beast Tribes.
Yeah.
Because most people aren't very smart about spirit bonding, or because the thing is about crafting and gathering materia, some of it you can get from the diadem. Mm-hmm. Mostly what you'll end up doing though is, as Ash has suggested, since you know what's really fucking funny, we pre-record shows with Ash, and now he's fucking here in our chat. Woo! What are you doing, Ash? That's the whole reason why we pre-record segments with you is because you can't be here.
Yet you're here.
Fucking busted.
We can get you live in the future. We know it. It can happen.
You can't fucking hide from us anymore.
We gotta schedule that shit out though, but we'll get you live.
Oh yeah. One thing you can do is, as he's suggesting, you can spirit bond like level 55 gear with like gathering or like while you're doing favors and shit, and then you can just spirit bond that. He's on spring break. I don't care. That's fucking excuses.
Maybe during like
I hate that in college spring break is in March. That's not spring.
It's different for every college.
I've never known someone.
I mean, a lot of colleges do it in March.
Here's the thing: the only way it's spring break in March is if you fly down to like Florida or Cancun or some shit. Then it's spring break.
Yeah, just go to
in New Jersey, when March comes around, they tell you it's spring break. I was like, motherfucker, it's 40 degrees outside. This is not spring. In California, it's definitely spring.
Now, this might go a little bit in depth, but a lot of people ask Sly, what material should I meld to this set of gear or whatever?
Don't listen to him. This motherfucker puts skill speed and all shit.
No, I don't.
No, okay. Let's be fair.
Wait. I can pull up my gear right now.
Sly, I was watching.
Wait. Tom. That's one piece of gear. One piece of gear.
Let me rephrase. You had all skill speed in your gear, and you replaced it recently because you realized you were fucking wrong.
Well, fuck. I replaced my whole left side because that shit was fucked up to begin with because I had 3s and 2s and shit. Don't say
Another reason why I wouldn't listen to him.
I'm not. That's why I'm asking you, you asshole. Wait. I have.
You bought a bunch of spell speed?
Yes. Oh, let me tell you about that. I was trying to get some skill speed because I could stick some skill speed in one piece. And I'm like, okay, let me just go to the board, get some skill speed, yada yada yada, mindlessly just buying, and then I'll look up and I'm like, holy shit, I'm buying spell speed. I stopped. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Sly, here's the thing.
And then wait. I did sell it. I did get the money back. That very night, I got the money back.
Okay, so Sly, here's the thing. I understand you're a Dragoon and you want to get raised faster, but you putting spell speed in your gear does not make you get raised any faster.
No, it was a mistake. I just mindlessly bought it. I saw quick, and I didn't look at the last part.
Hey, Sly.
I didn't look at the last part.
Sly.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Hey, Sly.
What?
How can you tell if someone's a good Dragoon or not?
How?
You just have to ask them how they were raised. Had to do it. It's a classic joke.
All right. So, I'm asking you, Happy, as someone who's new to melding, what materia should you put in your gear?
That depends on what job you are.
Okay.
Dragoons, crit over det over skill speed unless you're under 600 skill speed. If you're under 600 skill speed and you need to hit it, get there, because that's a very important number for Skogul.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I get that, but
you don't need 700 skill speed, Sly.
I get that too, but I'm at 16 accuracy.
Yeah, what accuracy?
610.
610?
Mm-hmm.
Really? With crafted gear. Damn, Dragoons, your crafted gear sucks.
That's why I'm putting accuracy on the end of almost all my right side. I put it in my lower legs because I took the det out of my lower legs.
What did your crafted legs have and what do your lower legs have?
With the crafted legs, I'll have the accuracy, but I'll lose crit.
You shouldn't have bought legs. You should have bought something else.
Okay. But with my lower legs, I'll have the crit. And I want to keep my crit because I'm over 1k crit without food.
I think everyone's over 1k crit other than black mages at this point because they're over 1k spell speed.
And see, my thing is I want to keep that crit, but I want to if I keep the crit, like if I go to my crafted legs, I'll have all the accuracy in the world. I'll be at 710 accuracy. But I give up that crit. And I can get that crit back with food, but I'd rather have the crit without food. And we're just talking, and the thing is, we're talking about one job here. This is just
although I can guarantee you almost every other job in the game other than like maybe black mage is the same. Where it's like ninja crit over det over skill speed, black mage spell speed over I believe crit over det. I'd have to double check. I actually don't know. Spell speed has like a ridiculous modifier on black mage. It's unfucking real.
Right.
Summoner I'm pretty sure is crit det over spell. And then warriors are like strength materia if in their vitality accessories. Although they're apparently in the best in slot list for warriors, there are 2 strength accessories actually. If we're talking about like surviving and damage output, but then they stick Vit in the strength accessory. So,
and I was wanting to bring that up because I was talking to a friend of mine. Shout out to Scap. He was talking about putting Vit on a lot. Not I wouldn't say a lot, but a few pieces of gear because. Yeah. It does help you survive stuff in Savage.
So in the World First Kill that we watched earlier, they had Vitality Melts.
Okay.
They absolutely had Vitality Melts. I think casters need to have over 17,000 health, and I think melee need to have around 19. I think over 18 is fine, but around 19 is technically safer. And then tanks they wear Vitality shit anyway, so they can't really meld anything else. Healers, same. But once you get like 230 gear, 240 gear, you don't need Vitality Melts anymore. So it's just something to consider if you're not hitting those HP thresholds with the gear you have now, which you won't in like 220 gear and like a couple of pieces of 230. But like I have 17k health or something on my ninja right now.
Right.
So I'll have, I think with my full best in slot list, I have just under 20k without party bonus or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dragoon is spell speed over vitality over parry. Clear.
Yes.
Don't ever buy
Yes.
parry. Don't ever buy parry material.
No. Dragoons need piety. What are you talking about?
No, bards need piety.
No.
Gotta go with that piety build for bards. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do piety Dark Knight. Don't do piety bard. Don't do piety machinist. Don't do it. Okay. Piety on healer's not so bad though. Accuracy over the rest is debatable. Most will put accuracy as #1 priority, and then scholars. There's actually a mix-up. Not every scholar is caring about crit as much anymore. They get so much crit from the gear they have. And Eloquium, it's not like you sit there.
I know a scholar who
no,
who's kind of concerned with their crit. I know one.
I know a few too. But I mean, it's not as important as it used to be because you're not like you're mostly using things like Indom, you're DPSing, and the thing is, crit's a very good DPS stat, so it has dual functionality on Scholar. That's always been why it's a great thing. But a lot of scholars are not really caring because they have to put so much accuracy in there for the crit to even affect their DPS. A lot of them don't care about it as much as they did before. It is still obviously the preferred stat for a scholar, just because that one Eloquium crit is worth the world. You're just not sitting there spamming Eloquium anymore. You're more likely using Physic or Fairy Heals or DPSing or something along those lines. You're not sitting there going, I will Eloquium you, I will Eloquium you, I will Like, that's just not how you heal as a scholar. It's something you do before a pull to get a big dick shield, but that's about it. Yeah. And then white mages are either going piety or spell speed after their accuracy, and I think the same for Astro, mostly piety and spell speed. Depending on what's capped and what's not. And then tanks, I already said strength. First, warriors, skill speed, pretty good. If they need to hit the threshold for an extra GCD, and they can't without skill speed. After that, it kind of falls off. So, it's pretty rough. But it's pretty linear for most jobs, and just don't buy parry. Or elemental materia, or...
No.
Or...
Well, you could buy the elemental materia and gamble.
So don't. Your gambling is... Your luck's going to be shit. Don't do it.
Well, the thing is, the elemental materia is cheap as shit anyway because nobody's using it. So
but if you don't get a grade 5 back, it's probably still a loss on investment.
Really? So you think
if you don't get a grade 5, if at the very best, okay, so here's the thing: you either get a grade 4 crafting materia,
which is like,
no, that's like 300k usually. It's like 2 or 300k on my server still.
Okay.
Oh, and don't touch PvP materia. Thank you, chat. It's worthless. It does nothing. And also, materia does nothing at all in PvP anyway. So it's worthless in PvP. Don't consider it. Worthless. Sly. Worthless.
I'm not melding anything. Fuck you. I'm good.
Yeah, good. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Proud of you. Yeah. Generally, yeah. If you get a crafting materia or you get a grade 5 like Savage Aim or something, it'll generally sell okay. Some people buy grade 5s for gambling because it guarantees you'll get a grade 5 back. Like they'll buy like grade 5 elemental materia and hope they get like a meaningful grade 5. It very rarely happens. I don't even know what grade 5 crafting materia is worth. I think it's worth quite a bit. Remember, I sold one for 3 or 4 mil at some point. That was the very first.
It's worth it. So
that was a while ago.
Grade 5 gamble is worth it, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that I spent about 8 million gambling and I made about 9 million in the process. So my net was $1 million.
Yeah.
And this was back in 3.1 though. This was back in 3.1 that I did that though.
But it was.
I don't know what it's like now. Yeah, 3.8 million. Yeah, so that still sounds about right because it's still very, very tough to get those grade 5s.
Right.
It's just it's pretty rough.
Now, we've gone into detail about jobs and what materia you want. You didn't really say numbers in terms of like actual numbers like grade 5s, grade 4s. Like, Ezen got pissed at me because I stuck a fucking grade 3, and I was like, Ezen is now
you're an idiot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you. Yeah, Ezen is now my materia senpai. He is my materia master. Like, I can picture Ezen as a Buddhist monk.
Or as a goblin, because it's fucking materia.
Your materia shit. Take that shit off. Replace it.
That sounds like Dave Chappelle. Your materia shit?
Your materia shit.
Just imagine him making me pancakes.
Bruh. Your materia shit. But
that materia ain't baller to me.
Nah. Are there any resources anybody can use?
Ariala.
That's what I was about to say.
Ariala.
Is there any other
FFX
resource besides Ariala that anybody can use?
There is, but just use Ariala.
Okay.
FFXIV.ariala.com. Don't go to just Ariala.com. You'll get a picture of somebody like cosplaying as a female Makote for some reason. I don't know. It's fucking confusing. And it's like, it's always weird. It's like, someone said to go to Ariala.com. Okay, Ariala.com. Okay.
Ariala Toolkit.
There's definitely weight being created here, but it's not stat weights. Giggity. Phrasing. There we go.
But yeah, I usually go to Ariala.
Yeah, I mean, I use different resources for different things, but still, like Ariala. I mean, Ariala has like hunt timers and shit like that, but
yeah.
That's generally you go there to like pick out your best in slot gear, check out the different foods, and put materia in gear. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Any closing thoughts on materia you would like to share?
It's useful now. More useful than, because generally materia is like useful for like a week, and then nobody gives a shit unless you're like leveling crafters and gatherers, or you're like a warrior back in the day who was trying to get like the pentamelodic accessories.
Yeah, we touched a lot on the battle jobs. We didn't say anything about gatherers or crafters. And
what are you talking about? I was talking about grade 5 crafting materia.
Yeah, like crafting. Yes, I have a gatherer who has. He's not pentamelded, but he is melded, quote unquote.
Okay.
What should gatherers do in terms of their materia? I think I had the wrong materia on my gatherers because they share the same gear anyway. So I have like 3s and shit. So I fucked up on that.
Yeah, I can tell.
Thank you. Should they go more perception? Should they go more gathering? What do
you hit your minimums and then then that's it pretty much. That's all anyone really focuses on is hitting the minimums, and then if you want more GP after that, you're good to go.
Okay.
Like our GP or CP. Like I need to get to 650 GP to get a solid rotation on gathering. I don't know what the CP levels you need are, but from what I understand, more CP is generally.
Wait. 650?
Yeah, 600 is good, but 650 is like fucking primo. If you can hit 650, it's beautiful as a gatherer. Yeah, that basically.
Now, is that with food or without food?
I mean, you can get to 650 with food. As long as you hit 650, it's good because and people are talking about it now. Basically, you know how when you're doing collectibles and you get that 95% and you're just praying you don't hit the 5%. If you have that extra 50, you get 100% on your collectibles because you have an extra 50 to use the gathering ability. So, yeah. 600 is bare minimum, 650 is primo. That's what I would say. And then for crafting, it's just... Crafting is still fucking expensive to put melts in, man. That shit's expensive. Yeah, and then I think somebody's mentioning, if you hit 625 and then with food, I think you'll hit 650.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... And 600 while leveling, as a gatherer also, phenomenal. You can do 4 collectibles every 30 minutes, and it's guaranteed 100% after like level 52 or 53 or something. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of EXP. It's good. It's very good.
So there you go. Both battle. Well,
we talked about gathering and crafting.
Gathering, crafting, and battle classes.
Yeah, we did it. World first. High five. High five. There we go. Got it. All right, Sly. We basically had a lot of broad topics to cover this week. I'd say we did a pretty good job on that, but I think we should maybe tell people a little bit about what's going to be happening next week. Let me see if I can find this video real quick for you guys. Let me see. It's a black screen right now. I know that, guys. So we're going to find this video for you right now. Here's what we're.
Is there a tease?
Here's what.
We have a tease.
Yeah, we have a tease, man. We have a tease. Very, very, very sexual tease.
Ooh, how you doing?
How you doing? All right, here we go. There it is. There's that beauty. There it is. Why is he fucking like ridiculous? There we go. There you go. Next week we will be having Eorzivia, but it's going to be the episode where we challenge Ethis to compete on Eorzivia. You understand?
We won't be saying anything. We won't be answering anything. We'll be asking the questions.
Oh, I
And
don't
I'll-
have
I'll
where's
have-
my game show music? Hold on.
I'll have to-
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
We both have to dig deep. We
Oh,
have to.
fuck.
We have to dig really deep and find like the random shit that Ethis finds for us. Like we have to. I feel like we have to dig even deeper than Ethis. What do you think, Hap?
We're gonna have to dig pretty deep. One thing we're gonna be doing is I actually have my Twitter DMs open generally, and I also have a business email on there. Also, I would actually recommend using my Twitch inbox as the #1 place to go. But we're gonna be gathering questions that you guys have as part of a special round for Ethis. So if you have a question that you think is gonna stump him, why does the video? Oh, it's because I don't have the video on loop. That's why. There we go. Playlist looping. Now it'll work. Okay, I was wondering why the screen kept going black, even though I set it up. So yeah, if you guys have any questions that you think are gonna stump Ethis, and they have to be real questions, I am gonna check these questions, or we'll go over them on Sly and make them do it.
fact check.
Yeah, we have to fact check it. So, question and answer in a Twitch message. Get it to us before next week, and we may or may not include it on the show. I found the game show music, by the way.
I guess for Hap or me, I'll have my Twitter DMs open as well. So if you want to DM me a question, feel free.
Yeah, don't post it publicly on Twitter, because then you're basically showing Ethis what the question is going to be, and we can't use it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was, it's pretty fucking phenomenal. That's all I gotta say. It's,
Wait. Does Ethis actually get a Slyakagreyfox if he, like, we have
yeah, he's got a glamour. We need to determine what his minimum amount of points are to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need a success, like, rate, I guess. Or
yeah, we need to determine what his minimum requirement is for success.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But on that note, guys, that's what next week's show is going to be. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to Ethis's return. We're going to wrap things up and move over into the post-show. So I'd say we had a pretty good show this week, Sly.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So, Sly, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you at, good sir?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Slyakagreyfox. You can find me on Instagram at Slyakagreyfox07. You can find me on Twitter at Slythefox. You can find me on Behemoth, Plot 14, Ward 5 of the Lavender Beds. Home to the Foxhole. Come get your wings and beer. You know, come chill.
Strippers.
Not yet.
Yet. Keyword.
Not yet.
Better be there for the grand opening.
Yeah. You got to come for the grand opening.
Sly, here's all you have to do. Just buy 18 different accounts and just make them level 1 like all.
No. See, I'm gonna get female characters. And, you know, gonna have...
Whoa, you gotta get female and male characters, dude. You gotta have equality in stripping. You have the all-purpose strip club.
It's not gonna be really a strip club. It's gonna be more of a
Gentleman's club.
Host/hostess club.
So it's Hooters.
That's not Hooters.
Hooters wings and beer and fucking women. That's Hooters. That is literally how the company was built.
Is it a host/hostess club then? Do they have male and female?
They can do it. It'd be a male Hooters. Call it dongers.
Hap, where can
Roll
they
up
find
your
you?
dongers.
Where can they find you at, Hap?
They can find me. Oh, that's the wrong one. They can find me at. Well, it was both of us, so it was like whatever. I was like, fuck it. They don't need to know where to find me. You can find me everywhere at. Everywhere at Mr. Happy 1227. If you actually search Mr. Happy 1227 like all the you're not gonna actually find.
Yeah,
Actually, you probably still will find it everywhere. Just Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, fucking everywhere. Everywhere, Sly. Don't you understand?
Everywhere.
Don't you understand, Sly? No, there's no circle of life here. There's no circle of life. No. You don't get this time. No. You already got 1 YouTube clip this week. You don't get 2. It's okay, Sly. We forgive you. On that note, we're going to wrap things up here. We're going to move over into the post show. And we will see you guys next week. Those of you on YouTube and iTunes. Those of you sticking around for the post show, we'll be hanging out for a few minutes. So,
see you next week!
Calm down, Sly. Stop yelling. Okay, bye, everyone.